Hi, my name is Drian, and this is my channel where I share my experiences as a polyamorous person. This video I wanted to share with you 3 important concepts that I learned while I explored polyamory and practiced polyamorous relationships. All 3 of these I learned through my research and interacting with other polyamorous people, and they came up time and again. I think that they're universally useful, whether you have a romantic relationship, either a singular one and you are monogamous or you have multiple ones. I also think that it's important just in every relationship that you have to keep these 3 things in mind as you're interacting with the people that you care about. The first one is to ask for what you want and need. I think there's a dangerous concept that I certainly was exposed to a lot, that if someone really cares about you, they will know what you need and want. That you will get what you want and need from this person without asking. I think it's unreasonable to expect your partners to read your mind, and I think that it's unhealthy to be upset when they don't. So it's really important to ask for what you want and what you need from your partners and take that personal responsibility. The other part of this one is to understand that sometimes the answer is going to be no. You're going to ask for something and they aren't going to be able or willing to give that to you, and you have to accept that. I think that my difficulty with this particular concept is that asking for what I want and need is a very vulnerable position for me. I was also taught that I shouldn't place my needs above the needs of others, and that's often how I feel when I ask someone for what I want and need. Even identifying what I want and need is really difficult for me, and I think that's wrapped up in the idea that I should place other people's needs above my own. The second thing I wanted to talk about was fighting or conflict related. I hate conflict. I avoid it to the detriment of myself and my relationships, and so this has been really important for me to work on, and I still need to work on it. The concept that I wanted to talk about today specifically is the idea that when you are in conflict with one of your partners, remembering that this is not your enemy, this is someone you love and respect and want to continue to have a relationship with. I know when I'm in conflict, it's such an uncomfortable place for me. I get super defensive, and I either lash out or lock down. Neither of these are a good position to be in when you're trying to solve a problem with someone that you love, because most of the time when you're having these conflicts are less important than the survival of the relationship. Like, you care about this person more than this particular issue makes you uncomfortable. So you want to find a solution, find a way to resolve this conflict in a way that makes both of you happier than you were before. Remembering that, and remembering that winning doesn't mean you get everything that you want and doesn't mean that you defeat this other person, has been really important for me to remember. Having the ability to, in the middle of this painful process where I'm angry and defensive and probably guilty because at some point I did something that made this person unhappy, or guilty because I didn't speak up sooner and I let my fear of conflict make it so much worse, or all the turmoil that you go through when you have conflict with your partner about something that's not working, fear of losing the relationship, fear that they're going to hate you, all sorts of things. Strong emotions, generally negative, strong emotions, come up in this space. And so I'm learning the ability to breathe in and remind myself that I love this person and I want us both to be happy. I want this person in my life, and that is important to me, and that gives me the strength and the perspective to compassionately engage with someone when I am in that space of being defensive and hurt and scared and angry. I think that's been helpful, and I have a long way to go, but it's great so far. Helped me deal with a lot of conflict I normally would avoid. And the last thing I wanted to talk about in this video involves owning your own shit. It's really a phrase I've run into a lot in the polyamorous community. It basically just means dealing with your personal baggage and not displacing your issues onto your partners or onto your metamors or onto someone else. We all have a lot of self-work that needs to get done. I am wholeheartedly in that 100% in that category. I have a lot of personal growth that I still need to do, and hopefully I will always be growing as a person. Understanding your emotional triggers and understanding when your reaction has less to do with what the situation is, what your partner did or what someone else did, and more to do with you working through that, identifying them, and finding ways for you, with the love and help and support of your partners and community, finding ways to work through that and come to a place where you can deal with it in a healthy way is a great goal to have and a great goal to work towards. So those were the 3 things I wanted to share with you this video. It's not an exhaustive list, and as I said, they're not polyamory specific. I just learned them in the context of polyamory. I think while all 3 of these things are applicable in any relationship, if you don't apply them to polyamorous relationships, it's a heck of a lot more difficult to have healthy, functioning, long-term polyamorous relationships. So that's it for this time. Comments, questions, feedback, comment section is right there. I'd love to hear from you. And any requests, I'd be open to requests about what you want to hear about or talk about. Recommendations, own experiences, all that. It's a conversation. Converse with me, please. And I will see you next video.